Good Thursday evening, everyone. We're back with a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks as we head into the middle of July, and actually tomorrow is the halfway point of meteorological summer. Believe it or not, we consider meteorological summer to be June, July, and August. Tomorrow is July 15th, so halfway done. Hard to believe. All right, last night, of course, we had some raucous weather in parts of the valley. Just in case you don't follow me, particularly on Facebook, go back through my feed from earlier today if you missed it, and look at a kind of a we call it a note on Facebook, but it's basically a blog post where I kind of dissected some of the radar data from the storms last night. I think, especially if you're kind of a weather geek, you'll find it kind of interesting how, for some of us, it was obvious by looking at the radar that there was damaging winds around. In some places, such as around Struthers, the radar data was not, a slam dunk. It wasn't real obvious that we were experiencing the kind of wind that we had in Struthers last night that caused some of the damage to trees and power lines. So, again, follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/EricWFMJ, and, of course, I'm EricWFMJ on Twitter. All right, I talked about this earlier today online and on the air at 6 o'clock. 2 months ago, 60 days ago, nobody was dry or in a drought in Ohio and western PA. A lot has changed since then, though. We've had below-average rainfall over the last couple of months, and so now we are now officially in a drought. In at least part of our area. Southern Trumbull, just about all of Mahoning, and northwestern Columbiana, the zone that the National Weather Service has picked out as being in a moderate drought now. The rest in the dry category still. Notice the drought is actually a severe drought up around Buffalo, heading over towards the Finger Lakes. My wife and I visit the Finger Lakes often in the summer, and I can attest it is really dry up there. You think it's dry around here. Up there, I mean, it is a brownout. So we need rain. And fortunately, over the next couple of weeks, I think we will see some chances. Probably not enough chances, but we'll get some chances to add to our rain totals. All right, 2-degree guarantee today. We made it 21 straight. This is our longest streak of the year. 3 straight weeks of getting the high temperature right within 2 degrees. Our forecast today was 87. The actual high was 86. We've upped our 2016 accuracy to 75% now. My goal is, by the end of the summer, to have this closer to 80. We'll need to keep the streak going, certainly, to achieve that. But nonetheless, a good streak going for us as we kick off the month of July. All right, when I recorded this at 7:38 this evening, we had some heavy downpours down along the Route 30 corridor in Columbiana County. This is not producing any lightning that's being detected right now, but still, downpours, Calcutta, Rock Camp, heading up towards Lisbon. And this is generally heading off to the east, so around East Liverpool, Calcutta, and then heading over to Beaver County. Yeah, we're going to get a little wet here as we head into late in the 7 o'clock hour, into the 8 o'clock hour. And again, when I recorded this at 20 minutes till 8, it was definitely more active in southeast Ohio. In fact, a couple of warnings down in southwest Ohio. There were these worst severe thunderstorm warnings. Now the severe thunderstorm warnings have expired, but they have a couple of flood advisories. Yeah, this is east of Cincinnati. So that's where the more active weather is. It's still very muggy out there. Dew points are in the mid-60s. Notice the drier air is starting to filter in from the north and west, though, slowly. I mean, it's just kind of oozing. Dew points dropped into the 50s in Cleveland and 57 in Detroit. Now, this drier air is not going to come charging in real quickly. It's going to take its time. So notice our dew points tomorrow, at least on this particular model, only kind of mix down into the lower 60s for the afternoon. Now, I think this shows the dew points being a little too high. I think particularly north of Route 224, we should see those dew points drop into the 50s tomorrow afternoon. So that'll feel pretty nice. I think there'll be a breeze. If you remember what the weather was like this past Saturday, pretty nice day. I think Friday will be kind of similar to that. There's like a 10% chance of a passing shower tomorrow. Not real concerned about that. And dew points Saturday afternoon, again, I think these numbers are generally pretty high. I think we'll have mostly in the mid-50s for dew points on Saturday. This is a slow-moving, weak front. Most fronts in mid-July are pretty weak. They don't have, a huge air mass change associated with them. But this front will have enough punch to produce more showers and storms in the I-70 corridor tomorrow. And again, 10% chance of something here. Then, these will just be high clouds, I think, on Saturday. Saturday's going to be a nice day. We'll call it a mix of sun and clouds. And temperatures actually below average for a change Saturday. We have 79 in the forecast. Our average high is 82, so a few degrees below average. And the only below average day that I think is on the way over the next 10 days. And then bright and sunny on Sunday. Beautiful summer day on Sunday. Now, it is going to be warmer Sunday. We're talking mid-80s, but the dew points will stay low. So this weekend overall, kind of a rerun of last weekend, really. We had a pretty nice weekend last weekend. We'll have another one This weekend. All right, let's hop out of here and head over and take a look at our next chance for rain. That is on Monday. And this, to me, looks like a pretty decent setup for some strong storms on Monday. We have a cold front approaching from the north and west. By Monday afternoon, that front's right here. Pretty good environment for storms ahead of it. It's going to turn more humid Sunday night into Monday. The dew points will come way up. And so Monday's going to be a day we're going to have to keep weather aware, because I think there could be some strong storms that day. And the threat for some wet weather will linger into Monday night and maybe Tuesday morning, but modeling is pretty consistent in trying to dry us out by Tuesday afternoon. After that, our story starts to become the heat. Let's bring up the 500 millibar chart here, show you the upper levels, and this is a Mondo ridge that's getting set to pop over the middle of the country. Here's next Wednesday. We've got this huge ridge over Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas. Heat surrounding it. Cool in the northwest, and that's really the only cool spot, although New England will stay relatively comfortable, especially near the coast. Now, we are not going to be in the heart of this heat. We'll be on the fringes, but it is going to start heating up here. And again, as we head into next weekend, that's when we may see the hottest weather overall as the ridge sort of migrates ever so slightly east. Now, if you've been watching this video over the last week, I've been talking about how northwest flow storms are fairly common in this sort of setup, and I still think that may be the case heading into late next weekend. May see some blow-ups of storms on the top of the ridge, and they cascade down the east side of the ridge, so we'll see how that pans out. Lower confidence in that. Higher confidence in that it's going to be pretty darn warm. Here's a look at the European model odds of 90 degrees or higher at kind of the start of the true heat wave in the middle of the country on Wednesday. Almost 100% chance of seeing 90-degree temperatures in through here. We will not see 90 during midweek. In fact, another little that front that produces the storms Monday will usher in somewhat cooler, drier air for Tuesday night and Wednesday. So that's Wednesday, but look what happens by next Saturday. Definitely a migration eastward of the heat. And while 90 plus is not a slam dunk here, according to the European model, we've got at least a 50-60% chance of a 90-degree temperature next Saturday. Well, we're not going to say 100 here. It's not going to be just unbelievable heat or anything, but it hasn't been that hot over the last few years. You look back since 2012, our hottest temperature each year, so far this year, 90. We had that the last 2 days. 91 in 2015. We had no 90-degree days in 2014. In 2013, the hottest temperature was 91. We haven't seen a temperature warmer than 91 in Youngstown since the very hot summer of 2012, when we had a 98-degree day. I don't think we see that 98 in the coming heat or hot spell the end of next weekend, but could I see it being warmer than 91 for a day or two? Yeah, I think that's on the table. So we shall see. And I thank you for watching Thursday night's Weather for Weather Geeks. Look forward to seeing you tonight on 21 News at 11 o'clock. Have a great night.